To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible, or maybe even implausible. Can you do that? Good. You see that blue blur? That's Flash Freeze. That's Bat Flash. That there? That's Joker Flash. My name is Blitzwinger, and I've been tasked with turning 12 iconic Batman rogues into the fastest man alive. So let's see if we can take what seems implausible and make it happen. So we kick things off with a Flash Freeze. Yes, you heard me correctly. What if Mr. Freeze had become the Flash? I mean, first of all, can we all just pause for one moment and agree that Flash Freeze just sounds like an incredibly awesome name for a hero, villain, whatever it might be? It is just a terrific name no matter what. I did want to incorporate some of Mr. Freeze's elements here, of course, the dome helmet, the breathing apparatus on the chest, but then also obviously incorporating some Flash elements like the lightning bolts being present on the torso as well as the legs. And then I did have an additional detail on the arms, plus a little bit of a freeze element going on the hands. Now, of course, it is kind of ironic to have Mr. Freeze become the Flash because typically speaking, it is actually Captain Cold who is Flash's rogue. So it's kind of a cool dichotomy to make Mr. Freeze the Flash. And if you're worried about speedster abilities, worry not. That is available. Plenty of running is available to you to dash your way through the wonderful world of LEGO DC supervillains. And speaking of dashing, I wonder if you could recognize which villain this right here is, who is currently speeding his way into the Metropolis part of the hub world, and that would be, of course, the ever legendary Bane. And I absolutely love the way that this one turned out. I wanted to obviously, again, almost always try to be truthful to the rogue itself, while also obviously incorporating some elements that we kind of think of when we think of the Flash, besides just the very ridiculously fast movement. So hence why you still have the toxin on the back. You still have obviously a lot of the elements that you would expect on the torso and the face. However, the arms are completely brand new, and so are the pants. And I'm gonna be honest, the red and white and black just looks so freaking awesome, and it matches the mask. This is just a really, really cool redesign, and I'm just thinking to myself, imagine if Bane could legitimately also run as fast as the Flash. I don't really know how Batman stops him. Oh, and if you're worried whether or not he can become a big fig, unfortunately he can't become a big fig, but he can become big. And since I know someone is going to be wondering about this, hey, can Bane actually turn into a giant figure and be able to run as a speedster? Well, as you can see, that would be a yes. And next up, we have one of my favorites, and that is Two-Face Flash, or I guess maybe we could call him Two-Flash Face, because I think that sounds a little bit better. Obviously, this one is a little bit more leaning into the Two-Face side of things than it is the Flash, obviously rocking his pistol that is so iconic for his form of, I guess, justice being passed. But he does have a really cool Flash helmet rocking, which I think looks really, really neat. And I really like the dichotomy with the colors that I did with the black and white. So I do like the way that that looks. You can still utilize the pistol, and of course, if you want to become a speedster, fear not, that is available to you as well, which does open up some really hilarious possibilities, because I was thinking to myself, imagine if Two-Face was a speedster. He could always guarantee that the coin lands exactly the way that he wants, because, well, he'd be so fast that no one would actually notice that he switched it. I'm sure you guys will absolutely love this next one, but here is a Man-Bat Flash. Try saying that quickly 5 times. It is Man-Bat as if he turned into the Flash. The claws are still there, the wings are still there, rocking a Flash helmet, and beyond that, my goodness, just the concept of a big, giant, terrifying monster like Man-Bat moving at the speeds of the Flash. Well, that would be pretty freaking ridiculous. And of course, if you want, you also do have the ability to jump up into the air and set flight. Unfortunately, you don't get to have super speed when flying, which would have been so freaking cool if you could fly even faster than this. I mean, that would be probably pretty ridiculous, because I feel like most people's consoles probably could not handle But But if you were getting disappointed by some of the Flash designs, fear not, because I think you guys will absolutely love this next one. This is Flash, aka Scarecrow crossed over with a Flash design. And my goodness, tell me that this doesn't look cool. Well, actually, no, don't tell me that it doesn't look cool. I would actually appreciate it if you told me it does look cool, because I am very, very happy with how this one turned out. This is most definitely one of my absolute favorites. I gave him this big giant sort of scythe weapon, and I thought it would be hilarious to actually not give him the speedster ability, because I thought it'd be kind of in character for him to use some sort of a fear toxin that maybe makes others perceive him as being incredibly fast, although he's moving at just normal speed. So I feel like that would be appropriate for the character of Scarecrow. Again, let me know what you guys think of this one. And striking out of the shadows, the next character that we're taking a look at is a bit more of a modern Batman rogue, but this is a Talon Flash, and this one actually turned out pretty cool as well. The dual-wielding claws and, of course, the speedster abilities of the Flash make this one of the characters that would be probably the most terrifying to face off against, just due to the sheer fact that imagine a character that is moving at this speed with those giant talon claws. That is definitely not something that you would want to run into. But beyond that, the design itself actually looks pretty cool too. Combining the gold and black sort of aesthetic of the Talon with some Flash elements turned out better than I even could have hoped for. I do wish that I could have maybe made the torso look a little bit less red. That was something that would have worked really, really nicely had I found a better solution, but obviously there are plenty of limitations within LEGO DC supervillains. And since we've taken a look at 6 of the 12 designs so far, let me know down in the comment section below which one of the designs is your favorite. And while you're doing that as well, please don't forget to leave a like, and you could also leave a suggestion for maybe other characters that you would like to see customized into a Flash aesthetic. And next up on the rooftops of Metropolis, we have a very iconic rogue in Batman's rogue family, and that would be, of course, Ra's al Ghul. It really depends how you would like to pronounce the name, and this one turned out really cool. I actually did not even use a Flash torso piece for this design, but I'm still really happy with how it looks. I feel like it really did capture that sort of an aesthetic of the Flash, especially with the helmet or the face mask, I guess maybe is what you would want to call it, plus the cape. I don't really know the practicality of a cape when you're a speedster, because I feel like wouldn't the cape kind of get in the way, because it would constantly create a little bit of resistance as you're trying to speedster your way through your day. But nevertheless, I'm still very happy with this design, because I feel like it captures most of the elements that I think of when I think of Ra's al Ghul. For the next design, we are headed to the Ace Chemical Building, and how appropriate, because of course here is the Riddler, looking very, very, very stylish. And I love the idea of the Riddler being the Flash, or Riddler Flash, because of the fact that I feel like his brain works at the speed of the Flash. So to allow him to then move his body at those same speeds just sounds like a really cool concept that would make for a really fun storyline. I also really liked putting this design together. I feel like the green and purple of the Riddler's costume worked super duper well. He's got his ginger colored hair, just a really cool design, which once again is just a lot of fun to play as you're dashing your way through Gotham. And next up, I'd like to welcome you to the beautiful, I don't know if that's the right word, but definitely dreary Iceberg Lounge. And this, of course, is Penguin Flash. I am so freaking happy with how this design turned out. When I began building this one, I thought it would be really, really boring looking, but I gotta be honest, it's one of my absolute favorites. I feel like this one really captures the elements of Penguin's ridiculously suave sort of clothing that he would be wearing, you know, the expensive fur coat, the umbrella that he's holding, and of course the cool monocle. It's all there. However, in addition to that, you still have your speedster abilities, so you can go on ahead and dash your way through Gotham City en route to probably commit a bunch of crimes, because let's be honest, that's most of the time what Penguin's doing. Next, we arrive at the Botanical Gardens, which probably immediately makes you realize which character we're looking at next, and that would be Poison Flash, or Ivy Flash, or Poison Ivy Flash? Try to come up with one name. I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below. This one was a lot of fun to put together. I actually used Deathstroke's helmet. I think it actually looks pretty cool and works very well. Still maintaining the red hair that Poison Ivy is so very well known for. And of course, a lot of the details on her costume that you would expect with the green colors. Has the green sort of effect piece going on the hands to indicate that she's controlling some sort of plants. And obviously you do need to give the character the speedster ability to dash quickly. And of course, we have to get to the two most iconic Batman rogues, and that would be Harley Quinn, which I think turned out super duper cool. Went with a completely different design for the helmet here for Harley. Still included the iconic baseball bat, still included a very similar torso print, but I did do, as you can see, the different color coordinated glove and arm, just to kind of maintain that aesthetic that Harley is known for with the two separated colors. In this case, it being red and black. Obviously has the speedster ability so that she's able to traverse the environments nice and quick, should that be necessary. And when you're dealing with anything to do in Gotham City, it probably will be necessary, let's be quite honest. And come on, you know who had to be the last one on the showcase? That is the iconic Mr. J, aka Joker. I feel like this is almost identical to what Joker would wear if he were to become Flash, because I feel like it's so obviously still the Joker, but then at the same time, it's almost like him trying to cosplay his best possible way to look like the Flash. I think this one just turned out super duper fun, whether it be the shoulder pad design, the hair still showing and peeking through, the underpainted look underneath with his makeup still shining through, while also maintaining the really cool Flash elements with the lightning bolts. Obviously, just like every other character, he does have his speedster ability available to him as well. And so there you have it, guys. Let me know which of the Batman rogues made for the coolest conversion into the Flash down in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't yet. And I'm sure many of you guys have completely forgotten about the fact that Aquaman actually has a lot of really cool elements in LEGO DC supervillains. So if you're interested about checking out essentially a LEGO Aquaman game, click the link you're currently seeing on your screen.